and welcome to Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise.
Today is the 13th of May 2014. A very good Tuesday morning to you and welcome to this edition of Primetime Sunrise. I'm Katrina Chang and these are your headlines. A police constable brutally murdered in Ballypanna, suspect arrested. Steps taken to provide free water supply to all Dansalas island-wide during the Vesak season. The water levels in reservoirs used in generating electricity decreases further. India's general election forecast a victory for the opposition coalition led by Hindu nationalist Narendra Modi. Now taking at those stories in detail. A police constable was found murdered in the Ballypanna area. Speaking to Newsfirst, SSP Ajit Rohan had this to say.
Here, all police constable who was attached to our group of police has been killed last night at 11:30 at Nigama in Ballypanna police area. The police constable was on off duty while he was attending a function at his hometown. This particular incident has happened over a private dispute. The suspect in this connection has been arrested by the police along with the sharp weapon that had been used to commit the murder. Further investigations are being continued by Ballypanna police.
The procession carrying the sacred hair relic of Lord Buddha and the sacred relics of disciples of the Lord Buddha from the Yatihalagala Rajamahavihar in Kandy to the Sirasanamami Vasakalapa in Colombo to reach the Dharmachakra Ramavihar in Muruthavala Pasyala last evening. Now the Sirasa Vasakalapa, which will feature the sacred hair relic of Lord Buddha, the sacred relics of disciples of Lord Buddha and the sacred relics of Sariput and Mughlan, is sponsored by the John Keels Holdings. The Vesak zone is also supported by Stone Lanka Private Limited.
The procession, which commenced its journey yesterday from the Yatihalagala Rajamahavihar in Kandy, reached the historic Dadimunda Devalaya in Alutnura, where the relics were placed for the night. Devotees were also given the opportunity to pay homage to the sacred relics. Furthermore, the sacred relics were housed at the Dharmachakra Ramavihare in Muruthavala Pasyala. The procession, which reached the Kandy Colombo Road via the Higula Junction and then proceeded to Marvanella and Kegol, was welcomed by a large number of devotees who thronged either side of the route of the procession. School children too gathered on either side of the route to pay homage to the sacred relics as they made their way towards Pasyala. The vehicle parade of the sacred relics of Lord Buddha reached the Dharmachakra Ramavihare in Muruthavala, Pasyala at around 8 last evening, where devotees were given the opportunity to pay homage.
And on a related note, the Ministry of Water Supply and Drainage Board stated that free water supply will be given to all Dansalas island-wide during the Vesak season. Mr. Dinesh Gunawardhan stated that under this program, drinking water will be supplied. The ministry added that if a Dansal is in need of water, they can inform the Water Supply and Drainage Board with this regard.
We have decided to supply drinking water to temples with minimum charges. All additional charges will be lifted. The Water Supply and Drainage Board has taken measures to provide drinking water free of charge to dansals and almsgivings that will be held during the Vesak week. This is not the first time that we provide this service. It has been done over the past couple of years. At the same time, water supply will not be halted during this period.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Power and Energy says that they too will provide uninterrupted supply of electricity during the Vesak season. The Secretary of the Ministry said although that sufficient rains are not received around Howdia power plant, measures will be taken to provide a continuous supply of electricity. A ceremony to commemorate war heroes was held in Pudukkuri yesterday.
This ceremony was held in Manduville in Pudukkuri under the auspices of Governor of the Northern Province G.A. Chandrasiri. District Secretaries of Vaunia, Mulithiba and Jaffna, police officers, officers of the three forces, disabled soldiers and the family members of the deceased war heroes participated at the ceremony. The Governor of the Northern Province paid the first floral tributes to the war heroes monument in Manduville. Commemorative tokens were presented to the war heroes present at the ceremony and for the relatives of the deceased war heroes. The Ceylon Electricity Board says that only 15% of hydropower electricity is currently being generated. The chairman of the board, W.B. Ganegal, said that the water levels at reservoirs using generating hydropower is only at 30%. Chairman of the CEB, S.W.B. Ganegal, said that 85% of the power requirement is currently being generated by oil and coal power plants. Insufficient rains to the catchment areas have been resulted in the drop in the water levels. The Ministry of Health has decided to recruit 250 new nursing officers for training. According to the Ministry of Health, appointment letters for training reenactments will be awarded at the Exhibition and Convention Centre in Colombo today. Ministry of Health says that there are vacancies for 10,000 in hospitals island-wide. It added that although certain nurses receive transfer letters, certain hospitals are unable to release them from their services. And on that note, we conclude this edition of Primetime Sunrise. It was an absolute pleasure having you with us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Katrina Chang. Have a lovely day ahead.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.